Hello, I am your host, Tom Lucas, local musician playing here on Kitsap Peninsula. Welcome to the Bremerton-Kitsap Access Television production of Voices, Songwriters of Kitsap Peninsula. Each show will feature a song written by a local songwriter. I will perform the song, and then we will talk with the songwriter. Today's song is called 20 Mile Road by Studebaker Snyder. Welcome to the show.
Between my home and the interstate, well, there's a stretch of road I try to navigate. It's all wound up like some rattlesnake, 20-mile road. Sagebrush in the summer heat, yellow moon over winter wheat, strung out barbed wire and sugar beets, 20-mile road. I burn pavement, I spin wheels, I mark mileposts behind a windshield. When the city lights call me to roam, double yellow lines always lead me home, back to who I am, back to what I know, 20-mile road. So I spend all of my good years with the pedal down, yeah, I'm grinding gears. The hard knocks are my souvenirs, 20-mile road. Sagebrush in the summer heat, yellow moon over winter wheat. This is who I am, this is what I know, a 20-mile road.
The song you just heard was written by today's guest, Studebaker Snyder. After talking to the songwriter, our show will end with the original recorded version of the song. Welcome, Studebaker Snyder. Hello, Clark. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Clark, I got to tell you that I listened to your song 2 years ago, and I actually started to learn it and then got distracted. And so when this whole thing came about, that's the reason I contacted you guys, and you came out to see me, actually, at the Hardhead Winery. Yeah. So my first question is, what was your inspiration for that song?
Central Washington, Grant County, Ephrata, Soap Lake, Moses Lake, Electric City, Quincy, living there, working there, writing, getting ready to come over to the coast, put a band together or an act together, saving money to go to Nashville, getting my tapes together. At that time, it was tapes. It was just a place where I always came back to. Sometimes you'd run out of money, sometimes you'd get discouraged, and I always had work in Central Washington. I had a beekeeping business that I worked at, organic farm, drove tractor, sold cars, stuff like that.
Okay, interesting. You know, there's a thing about the music business over the last 20, 25 years. With the advent of Napster, that whole thing shifted and all the big names lost money over a weekend. How has that affected you as a songwriter, and how's that taken?
Well, what's affected me as a songwriter is that you always want to just get on an album. When albums were out, you had 12 songs generally, and you could get an album cut, and if that album was a good selling album, even if it wasn't your song that was a hit, you got money by being on the albums. The whole music industry changed when we went with iTunes 2007, when everything progressed more to the single. And then from there to streaming. So the actually revenue stream of the songwriter has changed dramatically because of that.
Okay, so I had thought about this, that Joe Bonamassa did this thing on YouTube where I saw he spoke about somebody he knew had 57 million views, and he got a check for $750. I mean,
yeah,
is that where it's at now?
I don't know. I'm not on any of those.
Okay.
I have a channel on YouTube that's not monetized. As a songwriter, if I want someone to pick up my song, I don't want any Spotify, Pandora things. For someone to record your song now, that song has got to be pristine. There can't be other recordings of that out there generally. It's got to be, the song's got to be clean. So I pitch songs,
Okay.
But not through streaming services.
Not through streaming services. So, I mean, what about vinyl? Is that the place to go now for a small?
I don't know that.
You don't know. Okay. All right.
I'm more interested in writing the song and then how they want to put that out.
Okay.
That's what they'll do.
Sure. Well, actually, the way I found out about you is through a Facebook page that you have called the Peninsula Songwriters Group.
Correct.
You guys have meetings?
Once a month.
Okay.
Started around Gig Harbor, Key Peninsula. Some great songwriters. We meet monthly. We're all friends. We have a really supportive group. You bring a rough draft. You bring something you think is finished. Bring the lyric sheets. Play the song. You write on the lyric sheets. Talk a little bit what you think would be good. Hand the lyric sheets back. And hopefully you will get some input that you maybe wouldn't have gotten without that help.
Yeah, I mean, I can certainly see the value of that. Whenever I write a song, if I'm sequestered and I don't get any input, it doesn't happen exactly the same way.
And the other thing, it gets you motivated to write a song a month, or at least
really? Okay.
At least propel yourself, or bring the rewrite. It keeps you focused because you want to bring something good to the group.
Okay. Did you start the Peninsula?
I did.
You did?
Indeed,
Okay,
yeah.
so you're kind of like the mentor for these guys.
I started it.
Okay, all right. Well, I only have one more question, but it can be answered a number of ways, of course. You've obviously played shows in your life. Yeah. Every musician has a story, a crazy story. What is the craziest thing that has happened to you at a show or in your musical career?
Well, crazy and earth-moving was hearing your song on the radio for the first time.
You said that. Nashville?
No, it was recorded in Nashville.
Okay, gotcha.
I was in Munich, Germany at the time, driving south at 100 miles an hour towards the Alps.
On the Autobahn?
On the Autobahn.
No speed limit.
And they had an English kind of college radio roots channel broadcast from Munich, and I had it on. And I'm white knuckling down with the Mercedes right behind me, and like my song comes on. I'm going, oh my God, I should pull over. No, I can't pull over. So I just kept going. And then finally I was able to pull over. But hearing your song on the radio is...
Yeah.
And that was Hubcap.
Okay.
Recorded by Tony Pritchard. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's funny because that reminds me of a scene in the movie, That Thing You Do, where they hear their song on the radio.
Yeah, it was very much like that. I love that. I love that movie.
Come on, every one of the band, they
That
find
was
each
very
other.
much like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me about where you're going, what you're doing?
I'm pitching songs. I will do shows. I like to get paid. So I tend to do shows where you actually buy tickets.
Okay.
Because I think an audience appreciates you more when they've spent money to see you. They're invested in you.
I absolutely agree with you. I mean, I go out and I play, but it's really ticketed shows that I think the people are actually getting paid to do what they spent 20 years learning.
The audience is invested.
Yeah. Clark, I want to thank you very much for coming out today. I know it was on short notice. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Appreciate it. You're welcome. As we sign off, we'll be playing the recording of 20 Mile Road, performed by Studebaker Clark Snyder. Please take note of information on the screen, which will direct you to his album and local shows right here in Kitsap. The goal of our show is to encourage folks to get out, see local bands in the venues that hire and support local music. Live music is connection. We invite you to come on out and connect with us. Here it is, 20 Mile Road, written and recorded and performed by Studebaker Clark Snyder.
Between my home and the interstate, there's a stretch of county road I try to navigate. It's all wound up like a rattlesnake. 20 miles